So when you were working in investment banking, kind of figuring that process out, that's an industry that I would say is a little more secure. You had this high paying job. Being an
Yeah.
entrepreneur is really risky and you had to really trust in yourself and your vision. And what made you take that jump to be an entrepreneur?
Yeah, that's a really good question. It wasn't too long ago. So we were kind of sent home from working around March when the pandemic really just like about a year ago. And at that point, Alinea was still sort of a side project. It was something we were working on. It was like an Instagram account. It was a community. It wasn't really a tech platform yet.
Got it.
It was something I was like, I had this plan for myself. I was like, I'm going to do banking, then I'm going to go do this. And then in 5 years, I'm going to start my own company,
Hmm.
but it's going to be 5 years down the line. And so during the pandemic, I don't know about you guys, you just have a lot more time to think about things. You're almost having this like existential crisis because everything's locked down. You can't do anything. And I started listening to a lot of How I Built This by Guy Raz. I don't know how many of you listened. I was like, you know what? I think I should quit my job and go full time on this.
Hmm.
And I don't know, maybe it was just a lot of podcast listening and being alone and all the pandemic stuff. And that's when, sat down with Eve and I was like, we need another addition to our team. The two of us couldn't really code. We needed someone who had a bit more experience and background. And that's when we found Nick Hill. There's a really good story behind that. He's our third co founder. But basically, long story short, I started randomly stalking people who went to business school, and I found this woman, Ashley. She's great. She was an MBA student at MIT Sloan. And I reached out to her because I was figuring out what to do with my life. And at some point, I was like, I'm going to go to business school. And I started talking to her, and she's like, I'm very into VC. And I was like, that's funny you say that. I kind of have a startup idea, and
Hmm.
I'm kind of looking for a third co founder. And she spread the word all around Boston, and Nick Hill reached out to us, and we started like co founder dating and going back and forth. And Ashley ended up being an angel investor. So
Wow.
the lesson of that story is you should always randomly reach out to people because you never know what it's going to lead to.